Let's turn our podcast into an ASMR podcast where noises just happen in the background as we review tracks. I'm over here. I'm over here. That track was amazing.
You're you're all right?
You ever listen to some ASMR shit?
Nah.
It's the weirdest shit.
Nah, man. I don't know what you've been on.
ASMR dog. We're like, we should make a podcast off of that shit. The nigga start. It's in the left speaker. No, it's in the right speaker.
You tweaking. Nope.
I checked bar report.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what's going on with this man right now.
We're here to review a new album.
I don't know if he's actually here with us.
What are we reviewing today?
Thoughts that are black.
He's High.
That's
Black
my
Thought,
guy,
Streams
my
of Thought,
guy.
Volume 3, Cain and Abel.
Let's go, Black Thought. I was excited about this.
Before we get into the review, make sure if this is your first time listening to us, go ahead and hit subscribe so you can see when we pop up again. Leave something crazy in the comments like all the rest of the people be doing. And let us know what you thought about the album.
Let's go.
Go ahead, Larry. You said
Oh.
what were you saying?
I was saying that I was excited about this album just because, I mean, basically ever since the 11-minute session that he had at Funk Flex, where he just basically set the bar at ungodly levels, like you just expect that from there on after somebody drops some crazy stuff like that, it's like it can't ever be matched. And realistically, that stretch of 11 minutes was real talk, like 4 songs. And
I mean, he threw away a lot of bars.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part about it. This was just something I'm just gonna put out here.
Yeah,
like having a good time.
What? Here's 8 or whatever minutes it was, and just I'll never be able to use it on an album again. He's one of the few I don't think uses album bars. It's like I'm just gonna throw that in the trash.
Yeah, and then but you don't think he's gonna get to, and then like he's coming out with the Streams of Thought, and we're just getting that type, that type level shit consistently, and here's no difference. This album was exactly what I thought I was gonna hear, and he's just being Black Thought, and just really just like showing like how real talk he might be the best dude out here, just flexing out here, like his ability to write, his ability to put together tracks, and the sound that he projects. He might be the most skilled rapper out there.
Yeah, he's in my top 10. And if you don't have him in your top 10, you should probably reevaluate your top 10.
He's in my top 5.
I can respect that.
Yep.
I just want to say, everybody in the hip hop community for a long time was like, dude, Black Thought needs to put out an album. The Roots are great, but Black Thought is another level. Let's see. I want to know what he can do. And then finally, we got 3 of these so far. Now, granted, they weren't all amazing. They were amazing in their own different ways, but as whole body of work, like Volume 1, I know I wasn't the hugest fan of.
I know.
Volume 2 was great.
Volume 2 was fantastic. Volume 1, I get where you're coming from. It is like he got out the blocks a little slow.
He got out the box like I'm trying to recreate what I did on Funk Flex, but at the same time, I'm just gonna throw a whole bunch of niggas just coming at you with Sanskrit. Like, all right, nigga, I hope you know how to decode this, cause good luck. It's like, bruh, it sounds so disrespectful and almost like I don't know what I'm listening to, but it's like
You
it's
froze,
the
bro.
first one was like I'm frozen. Oh,
You
can you
froze.
hear me though? But can you hear me?
I can hear
Hey,
you though.
at least I ain't Johnny Five.
No, no, you good. You
But
good.
it's like, dude, what are you talking about?
I get it. Yeah, that's why. But yeah, it's not like he dumbed it down, and
No, no,
he just
because in the second one,
like
he didn't dumb it down. He just toned it down and
mm,
went into better song creation at that point. Went
mm,
with different producer. You know, each one of these and put out a different producer on.
mhm.
Um, and this one's no different. And I think this one, for me, is the best of the three.
I agree. I agree. Welcome back. You're unfrozen now. Go back being froze. Go back being froze.
Don't do that again.
No,
All right.
no. You're right. This is the best one all the way through. I think it was consistent. There's only really one track that I would probably skip over as Nature of the Beast.
I don't know which track is that.
That's the one with Portugal on it.
Is that the
So
one he's singing on, or is that the one after the one that he's singing on?
no, that's the one she's singing on it. He's singing on it too in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Nature the Beast. Because Quiet Trip, I think he's singing on too, ain't he? A little bit, the one before it.
Say it again.
I think Quiet Trip the one before it. He also singing or nah? Or am I tripping? I know. I think the singy one is the one I would.
No, he's rapping on that. No, he's rapping on that.
Singing
No,
one me out like I wouldn't expect it from,
Portugal.
like thought to
Portugal's on
start
both of them.
harmonizing.
Yeah, no, Portugal's on both of them. So
It could be what's
there's-
throwing me off then.
yeah, and it sounds like it's got the guitar on it. It sounds like the
Yeah,
guitar is being strummed a
yeah,
little. So
yeah. I
that's
was
probably good.
confused. I was like, why is Tariq singing, harmonizing? And now I'm up here trying to figure out has he ever done that before?
Yeah. Um,
But not like this, where it was like the whole track. I could be tripping. Now,
he
granted,
did
there's
at
like
the end
40
of
albums, so
he did it at the end of one of God dog it. Give me a minute. I gotta get with the research department on that. Uh, but yeah, he did sing at the end of an album.
nah,
He did a good job. I was like, okay,
you can't
like
find
it's his alter ego.
that's the alter ego.
Yeah.
Is that Tariq Trotter actually performing and
No.
not Black Thought?
It, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Which album
Because
would it be on? Phrenology or something?
research department is conducting. They said they'll get back to me.
They're kind of slow.
Okay.
Is this like hamsters that's on a, trying to find that shit?
Mm,
Shit, we haven't gotten a Roots album in a long time.
well, I was gonna say that was one of the main reasons why I got into Black Thought was because of like how he was doing on that before. Like it was ridiculous. Rising down, uh, things fall apart. Uh, I'm just like, okay, like this dude is clearly heads and tails better than a lot of cats out here, but he's just a part of the band. And Questlove is amazing. Okay, this dude is skillful. This dude is actually a genius. Okay, cool. I'm gonna start following these cats. And then yeah, always just wanted Black Thought to just do his own thing. I'm like, don't break away. Just do your own thing. Finally got our wish.
Well,
30 years later.
there's the argument that you can't be one of the greatest of all time if you don't have a solo project. And I always call bullshit to that because Three Stacks is in my top 10. And I'm like, I'm not just going to throw away his verses like they didn't exist across all these albums just because he didn't do it by himself. His verses were still amazing. The songs were still dope. The albums are classics. Yeah, he's one of the best. Solo album shit is stupid. It's a stupid argument. Uh, so Black Thought not having anything out didn't diminish his greatness, and now we got 3 solo albums that each progressively got longer than the previous one.
Well, I mean, but not. I mean, not by much. I mean, we're talking about.
Well, the first one had what, 5 tracks, so or something like that. What is
First
Streams
one
of
was
Thought?
really first one was short. By the way, the one it was Reek Ruffin on Conception.
Which album?
I think that was Streams of Thought as well. I can't remember if that was one
Oh,
or
you
two.
talking about that he was singing on and shit? Okay.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that I try and pull up Black Thought on Apple Music and only Streams of Thought Volume 1 pop up.
I've got them saved on.
So Streams of Thought Volume 2, I think it's because of the way they got it classified with the producer's name that is not pulling up under Black Thought himself. Because, you know, you had the second one with Salam Remy.
Yes,
So,
yes, that's exactly it. That's just like Boldy. Yeah, Boldy and Alchemist.
yeah.
Gibbs and Alchemist. Same thing.
Yeah, so, yeah, Streams of Thought Volume 2 was, what, 9 tracks? So, yeah, each one is good. This was 23 minutes, bro.
Yeah, 23 minutes versus. Okay, yeah, all right, that was 23 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And then
35. Each one got longer.
17. Okay. But yeah, it's not like it's like, oh man, I gotta listen 35 minutes. Oh.
I mean, but it's like you got here's the little small intro little project, and you're like, damn, I wanted a full project by Black Thought, but I got 5 tracks. Here go 8 more tracks, and now you got like a full 13. You got a full album out of this. And nowadays, albums is 30 minutes.
So like maybe it's supposed to be like the progression of the thought pattern where you get the intense upfront information, got to kind of figure shit out, then it starts to mellow out a little bit more, and like because I think this was actually his clearest album throughout the projects that he's done, whereas the message, the direction, like I said, the consistency throughout the whole thing, I think it was really there. It was a little bit more prevalent. It was a little bit easier to follow in this album more so than.
It could be done like that on purpose, whereas like the first Streams of Thought was so much information dump that you couldn't have that for 10 tracks.
Right.
You'd be like, bruh, you don't cut this shit off. So then the second one comes on. Second one is like, all right, now we got a lot more musicality in this album. Let's tone back some of that. Now here's the one you can enjoy. This one, he goes Cain and Abel. I didn't really dissect and try and see where the whole mythos, I guess you can call it, kind of reflects for this album. I'm like, wasn't that deep to me. I just want to hear him rap. And I'm just, who would have thought, and it's random as fuck, who would have thought that I needed Schoolboy Q and Black Thought together?
Bro.
I could use another one of those. First off, Schoolboy Q is supposed to have another album coming out sometime early next year, which is why we're hearing a lot of him right now again. As long as it's better than Crash Talk, I'm good. So,
what's the name, man? Like that lead in too was the Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle shit. Yeah.
What was that from though? Was it from? Because I don't remember.
It almost sounded like one of those that he did at his little shit that he been doing outside since COVID.
Yeah.
I made that up though.
I mean, it sounds like it's something that, like, maybe he was like the setting for his last one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was the same spot that I'm talking about.
Was it? Okay.
That outside shit that he was doing.
Yeah. It's the same thing, and I love how he delivers a message, and then he kind of rolls in, and you can hear him chuckling, and then thought just starts going in, and then to hear Schoolboy. I don't know how I didn't even know how I felt about Schoolboy's verse at first, but then I realized like I need to like chill the fuck out and just appreciate the Schoolboy's out here just doing his thing. Was Black Thought on the track, and then it actually became one of my favorite tracks. Because at first I really wasn't too enthralled with Schoolboy's presence on the track.
I think you still got a bad taste in your mouth from Crash Talk. You know.
It might be the case. Might be the case. I don't know.
Schoolboy went on shit. You got this. You got Schoolboy was on Reason shit. That shit was dope.
Yeah, he did a good job on Reason.
Cool. Not Reason. Never mind.
You said, wait, what?
No, I was saying Schoolboy's verse was cool on the Reason album, not Reason's album. And there's your review for the Reason album right there, built right in the.
Yeah, look, but no, that was dope. I think, I mean, he brought it in like the first 4 tracks had me ready to bounce off a wall.
Yep, back to back. Nigga, when State Prisoner come on and that beat drop, I was like, all right,
bro.
You get Good Morning Again, which I wore out when that shit came out.
Yeah, of course. You go to Magnificent and Experience. Like I said, I was ready to bounce off a wall. Then Quiet Trip, that was like where the tone changed. Yeah, and I was like, okay, throw me off. Okay, I can still fuck with this. Nature of the Beast, I'm like, eh. And then
We Could Be Good.
We Could Be Good. I dig the shit out of the tone and his flow throughout that entire song. That beat is perfect for where he's going with that. That was on point. And then to change it back up and come back in with Stakem.
Yeah, and then you get.
And then the closeout is crazy. That's like the grand finale. The closeout is crazy.
Thought versus Everybody.
Come on, cuz.
It's fantastic. But that's like another, that's like the recreation of just you want to hear him. You just want to hear him spit. Turn that on.
It sounded like the way that was set up. You're about to, hear from the most powerful black man on earth. It's like my man just on top of it, just like literally just like my man, like the statue in Brazil, just out here. Like I'm out here. Like, and he flexed real hard on this. Real hard. And then to come back in with the interlude for the Ghetto Boys and Girls.
Yeah.
And it had that leading to Fuel. Close it out. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I think he kind of experimented in them 3 tracks right there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's probably a lot more to those tracks in terms of like.
He hit on 2 out of 3. He hit on 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
True. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Because I did like 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to the project again. I listened to it a few times. Like I said, I didn't really dissect to see where the theme he was going with the Cain and Abel and how it lands in the, what he's talking about on this album. So I'm going to keep listening so I can see if I can pull that out and see if it comes up with some type of dope meaning or something. If it don't, it's a cool title.
What's up with that album cover?
Bro, I was about to say the same thing. It's interesting. It's like, all right, we're making a face, but then there's a floating nose and some squigglies at the top.
Well, he's holding his face. It's like, but I feel like it's kind of like taking off a mask. Like, either that or he's, he's covering his face. I feel like it's Predator about to take off his mask. Like in the movie Arnold Schwarzenegger, the original one.
Nigga, everybody knows about Predator, nigga.
I don't know, man. Depending on what generation is watching the show right now.
It's true.
But either way, he's holding his face. But then the squigglies that throw me off because I'm like trying to figure. It's like, okay, you got a hat.
Maybe he got cowlick.
Nah, don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Come out here with Sammy Davis.
He's got that one piece of hair that just won't lay down and shit right here. That's what that top part looked like.
Alfalfa from what's that? Little Rascals. Mm-hmm. Hell no, don't do that to that man. No.
It's interesting though.
It's cool album cover. I just don't get it. But it's cool. I roll with it.
It's art.
That's why I'm cool with it.
It's not for you. It's for him.
Hey, as long as it's not polka dots on a wall. I'm insulting a lot of people who actually care about art, but chances are if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably not that into that type of art.
I would say, because this is art.
Yeah, no, that type of art. If you are, that'd be awesome. That's awesome. Tell me more about it. Let me know what the polka dot art is all about.
So, man, how you feel about this overall?
I think it's solid. I think it's really, really solid. I think this is an album that I feel that no matter when I listen to it, I'm just gonna be like, damn, and listen all the way through except for Nature, that middle track. I'm a
something interesting.
Yeah, this is a strong track, especially if you want to get shit done. Like, yeah, absolutely. It's not like some motivating shit, but some shit that'll keep you moving, keep you going. It's solid.
Here's something interesting. For Black Thought, who's both in our tops, my top 10, your top 5. I find it interesting that he hasn't put out a project that I've been like, yo, it's one of the best of the year.
I
think tries right now.
I think that's you. I believe I put him in.
Nah, I'm just thinking. We were talking about the albums that have come out this year before.
Oh yes.
We started talking about this, and I'm like, I think I could pull 10 albums that's better than this for the year, but I could just be talking out.
I think you're showing a lot of bias to the Griselda camp.
Because I'm looking at it like
you're gonna take up a lot of space. I'll tell you right now. It's foreshadow. Spoiler alert.
Griselda might be in a few different places in some of these lists.
Taking up a few of his spots for your review. If you've been paying attention all year, you know this.
But I'm like, yo, yeah, I don't know, but I'm like, I don't know. I just find it interesting. It's not definitive, Now, granted, just because you can rap really well doesn't mean you can put out a really great project. We all know this. But he's been a part of a legendary group that's put out fucking great ass albums. There's a few classics amongst their catalog. So you would hope that would translate into your solo art. Like, you don't have to necessarily say, you know what, I'm going to go to these individual producers and try and put out a project. You could still have, if you wanted to, some root shit. Now, granted, and I think it was in the first review of the first one, where I was saying, like, he was way too safe on that album, on that first one. And it was like, I'm expecting you to come out with some shit that I ain't heard or seen before because you fucking Black Thought. I think maybe now if he does a fourth one, I would like to have the band come in and supplement and give me something, maybe find out some type of theme. Like, you got albums like, and then you shoot your cousin. Like, that shit was great. You know what I'm saying? Give me something like that, but a Black Thought project with the Roots as like a supplement for his album. Instead of it being a group album, they'll just be there to give me,
Black
some
Thought and the Roots.
And just Black Thought and the Roots versus the Roots. I don't know. It won't happen. But
I don't know. You should write a letter.
Who's my congressman?
I don't know. Yeah, wrong. You don't want to send that address. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna make it to the right people.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah. Just add him on Instagram. You'll probably get a better shot.
I don't know.
Yeah. Good luck. Let us know how this works.
Yeah.
I'll follow up with you on this.
Yeah, solid project though. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, heavy listen.
Hey, if you like, you need to listen to this.
You're right. It's really interesting how he can't put out like that's like a classic, but you'll never say that, man, that album was just trash.
No, I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's like
unless you just come in.
It's like against the laws of nature. It's against the laws of nature. It won't happen.
No, it's certain people I don't think are capable of putting out complete and utter trash. Well, I take that back. You know, at one point you thought certain rappers couldn't put out trash, but they have. But I don't think Black Thought's one of them.
A separate conversation for a separate show.
That's all I got, though.
Yeah, that's all I got. Hey, did you vote?
My ballot just came in the mail today. Dropping it in a ballot box tomorrow. I'm not standing in line. Fuck that. But we've reached the point of the podcast where I do the finger things to point down for you to do all the crazy stuff that all the other YouTubers do. Hit like, subscribe, and leave us comments for the algorithms.
I like that I'm just saying you do this.
This shit is funny. Every time I see them do this in these videos, I laugh.
If their sound goes out and they're just doing that, that's rough. That's
so
rough. We're gonna loud.
So I gotta
thumbs down.
Do what they do.
Just thumbs up. Let's do that.
No. Appreciate everybody listening. If you made it this far, what up though?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
That's Larry. I got nothing else.
Keep in mind, Trump's an asshole.
Go vote. We out. Peace.